Hi, welcome back to Business Insights. Bob Steinert here again. We're continuing this week with our discussion on business plans, and we have our guest, Linda Parker, back to help us continue this discussion. Welcome again.
Thank you, Bob.
One thing we do know is that businesses that don't put a business plan together have a much higher failure rate consistently year after year.
That's correct.
From SBA data than businesses that do business planning.
And it was a lesson to me as people come in and talk with me about doing business. Where can I get somebody to help me with a business plan? And I always say SCORE is the best place to start with that. And as you move through the business plan, if you need help with marketing issues, then we have people who have marketing backgrounds that you can work with. If you have trouble with the financial part of it, we have people with financial backgrounds who can help you. So we can be sort of a one-stop shop to help you with any kind of need that you might have with respect to the business plan. Now, if you're not going to need a loan, then, you know, as long as you cover the information, it doesn't have to be formally completed. It's just notes to yourself. And sometimes I tell people, here's what a business plan looks like. Take a notebook, put the name of each one of those sections at the top of a page, and as you think about things, just write them down. That way you've got to start on it. Again, there are workshops that you can attend locally. SCORE has 9 workshops a year on the business planning process. As well as 4 additional workshops that are on specific parts of a business plan. Online on the SCORE website, there is a 5-part online workshop on starting your own business. So there's lots of resources for working through the business plan. But we certainly would say that it's not the best idea to approach a business plan by hiring somebody who doesn't know you, doesn't know your business, doesn't know the local economy, to start writing a business plan, which will probably just be a fill-in-the-blank kind of business plan.
Yes, that's exactly right. My own experience with that is that this going back to the spreadsheets again for a moment, the spreadsheets are simply a representation of your narrative.
Yes, absolutely.
It's just the accounting speak, so to speak.
Right.
And that the most important thing are the assumptions underlying the spreadsheets. And people struggle with really quantifying the assumptions. What is it that's going to happen to your restaurant the first night it opens?
Absolutely.
In the first week?
Or in any business. How many customers do you expect to walk through the door in the first?
Yeah, and why?
And why?
And why, exactly.
And what are they likely to spend and why?
Yes, that's exactly
So looking
right.
at those kinds of, I mean, it's not complicated when you think about assumptions that you're going to make these grandiose assumptions. You're really just saying, if my business operates the way I think my business is going to operate, I expect the first month I'll have X number of customers and they'll probably spend Y. So my first income will be X times Y. Is that going to be enough to overcome the expenses, to pay all of my expenses? If not, I may need money, either my own personal money or money from a loan, to fill in that gap until the increase in clients is sufficient to support the business.
Yes, that's good. That's a good example. Absolutely. Now, when a business plan is done, is it done?
I don't think so. I think if you really want to plan your business and continue to be in control of your business, then using that business plan as a guideline against which you measure your progress or performance is a key function of the business plan after you're already in business, after you've gotten through that first tough year where you can kind of see light at the end of the tunnel. Using that business plan and you're looking at those assumptions, how correct were they? Did you do more poorly than you thought? Did you do better than you thought you were going to? And kind of doing some analysis about, well, why did that happen? What were the stumbling blocks or the barriers to moving as quickly as you wanted to move? What were those things that increased your ability to perform more quickly? So, using the business plan as a measuring tool, so to speak, against which to compare your business, your actual business, is one function. I think the other option is that it gives you a point of reference for where you want to go if you become successful enough to really think about expanding that business or growing that business in some way. So then you can use the original business plan to say, okay, this is what I was able to accomplish with this much money and this much time. What would be the next step for our business? What else could we do? And you can build on that original business plan as you begin to grow and expand the business.
Oh, that's very, very important, I think. In fact, it reminds me of a quote from either General Eisenhower or General MacArthur, I forget exactly which, but they said that the battle plan is not terribly useful. It's the process of planning and developing the battle plan that's invaluable.
Yes.
And it goes on and on and on.
Right, because any business plan, when you initially write it, you're not going to get everything correct.
Correct.
You're not
That's
going to
right.
have made every assumption perfectly.
That's right.
So it's going to start changing almost as soon as you open the doors.
That's exactly right.
So I agree with you that it's the process of teaching yourself how to do that planning and how to be more flexible in what you do, how you make changes so that your business can really thrive.
Yes, that's great. And where would you suggest people look for help?
Well, obviously, I'm going to say SCORE.
Yes.
Oklahoma City SCORE, if you're an Oklahoma
Yes.
City business owner or want to be. Oklahoma City SCORE has a lot of resources available. We have members who have a variety of business experience, and that's one thing that sets SCORE apart from other groups that may provide business guidance. Is every member of SCORE has either been in business, is in business, or has managed business or been a manager in a large corporation. So these are people who have had boots on the ground. They know what they're talking about. They're very well versed in what's going on in the Oklahoma City economy and how to find resources. And that's one purpose I see for SCORE, is that we are a resource broker, if you will. We have been around long enough that we know where the available resources are in the Oklahoma City area and western Oklahoma, for that matter, which is part of our territory. And we can help connect you to those faster than you would get there on your own. That's part of what we do, as well as just giving you some down-to-earth reflection on how realistic the plan is. You know, have you crossed, looked at all of the possible barriers?
Yes.
Do you know how to reach this goal, given what you're putting into the business plan? Is it really going to get you where you want to go? And to help you make a decision, yes or no. That's part of what a business plan does too. It's just to help you decide for yourself, is this a go or no go? Is it a tenable business proposition, or do I need to go back and rethink it? So that is a valuable resource from SCORE. As I said earlier, we have multiple workshops that are available to people. There's a lot of resources online with both the local SCORE website as well as the national SCORE website. So I would think that SCORE would be your first stop.
Yes, no, I obviously agree, because it has, and we continue to help many, many people. Some of our podcast viewers may not realize that we're a resource partner of the Small Business Administration, so
Absolutely.
we are tightly linked there, and there are a lot of resources. We're very fortunate in central Oklahoma to have a small business orientation. The state's been mentioned many times, Money Magazine and others, Forbes, to be in the top 10 small business opportunities locations, especially central Oklahoma. So
Absolutely.
it's a good place to start a business, and there's a lot of resources to help people do so.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So we've touched on a very important topic, business plans, and you've given us a great overview of it. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
We'll look forward to further discussion at some point.
Okay, thank
this.
you. It's been great.
Thank you. Well, thanks for watching our podcast. We're out of time for this week. For more information, you can contact us on the information on your screen, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good day.